Look, honestly, it's really not about like you worrying about other people's opinions and stuff and like all this stuff. This like stuff about like, like, I don't know, other people are going to judge me or something like that. Or other people are going to like sort of talk about me in a certain way or whatever. Honestly, that does not matter besides the work that you have to do. Like that is so more significant than the work that you have to do. Like if you're trying to actually like change your life, you genuinely have to have this like hyper focus on like, what is the goal that I have to achieve and what am I going to do to endlessly, like relentlessly, resiliently pursue that in such a way that like it doesn't even matter other people's opinions. It doesn't matter whether like my thoughts are telling me to not do this or not. It doesn't matter whether or not like my emotions and stuff like that are like not matching up with like what I want to do. That doesn't matter. Like what actually matters is the goals that you have set for yourself and the plan that you have come up with to achieve those goals. Like that is the only thing that matters. And God before that matters. And then the plan that God gave you, that God placed in your heart for you to achieve and everything like that. I think where most people get like stuck is like the fact that like it's obviously not easy when they're learning new skills, new business models, new like ways of like doing things, of blocking off their time to be disciplined, of going to the gym consistently, of eating healthy and all this stuff. It's hard for most people to build their lives in a certain way that like they completely change their lives. But the people that actually make it, the people that actually like get to that point where they see all that success pile up, all that success that God placed in their heart for them to achieve without any shame or guilt. Because why? Because God's the one that placed it in your heart. The people that achieve those things are the people that actually just put in the work and stuff like that. And they just have like this ruthless action to like all the things and stuff like that that they have to do. And so I just feel like a lot of the times, like when you get stuck and stuff like that on like, oh, like, am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? Am I doing this like incorrectly or something like that? That's like when you start just getting into that arena of like, that does not matter. Because honestly, the only position that you have right now with the plan that God's giving you and stuff like that in your life is that it's just you waking up, praying to God to give you the wisdom and stuff like that for what you're gonna do and stuff today. God giving you the strength to do that, and then you starting on your to-do list immediately. There's nothing else that you need to be doing. You wake up, you pray to God, God, give me the wisdom to be able to get up today and actually put in work into the things that you've given me, and then sitting down and actually getting started on that to-do list. There's nothing more important than that. You don't need to be entertaining like relationships that don't matter and stuff like that, and like relationships that do not affect or have any influence over whether or not you achieve those goals. You don't need to be doing things like that, because honestly, that has no ROI. That has no return on investment. You texting that person that doesn't want to text you back, like it really does not matter at the end of the day. What matters, like really ground yourself in that truth of knowing that like what matters right now is the fact that God told me that I can accomplish this goal, that I can start this business, have this lifestyle, have this like workout routine and everything, and have this stuff. And that is the only thing that matters and stuff like that. Besides that, nothing else matters. Like God, your business, and family are the only things that matter. And honestly, when it gets tough and stuff like that, when it gets tough and you feel like you have no idea how to learn this skill, you have no idea how to stay consistent, you have no idea how to stay disciplined, what matters in those moments? The fact that you show up and that you actually put in the work to keep on going and stuff like that. Like that's what matters. On those days that you wake up and you have no idea what to do because you're just first starting off, God's giving you this fresh plan, God's giving you these dreams and goals, and you finally decided that you're gonna go all in on that. And then you have a challenging day. What matters? Sticking to your plan. Sticking to your plan, that's what matters. It's not about whether or not what you're doing and stuff like that is paying off, or if this stuff that you're doing, if it's gonna work out or not, or if you're just being like crazy and you're not actually getting work done because you're just dreaming too big and you can never achieve that. Those thoughts do not matter at all. What matters? You're just getting up and getting the work done anyways. Because I'm going to tell you something. The mind and the devil is so good at convincing you that what you have planned from God is something that you can't achieve. It's something that you're too tired to do, that you're too lazy, that you're too weak, that you're too all this stuff. But there's one thing that the enemy and people can't take away from you, or your thoughts of people's judgment. None of these things can take away the fact that you can get up and put in the action every day. As long as God puts in the breath in your lungs and stuff to get up and actually do the work, that is the only thing that matters. Because like, you genuinely have nothing else to do other than the fact of just waking up and getting that work done. Look, there are so many moments in my life where I figured out, like, okay, I didn't figure this out on my own, but this is something that God like revealed to me and stuff, is that I'll wake up one day and I won't feel like the same way as I did yesterday, really happy, really motivated and stuff, really excited to kind of like push forward and really give it my all. But I woke up anyways because that day God told me, look, you're not going to feel the same way that you felt yesterday. You're not going to feel like, oh, I can wake up and conquer the world today, but you still have my strength to wake up and do the stuff that I told you to do. That is the same strength you woke up yesterday that you were happy with, and the same strength you have today that you're sad because you don't have all your goals accomplished. That same strength you have today. And so that's why I feel like you should just be waking up and honestly just going towards your goals in a way that, honestly, bro, girl, like, there's nothing that's going to be able to stop that reality from happening. Nothing at all. There is no devil in hell. There's no thought. There's no emotion or feeling, nothing that can take away the fact that you can literally wake up any day and actually put in that work. So put in that work and stop overthinking about whether or not you're going to get it done. You're going to get it done if you just wake up and the first thing you think about is praying to God and then going to work. When you're working, when you're writing, when you're filming, when you're exercising, when you're making those cold calls, when you're making that business plan, when you're executing on that business plan, when you're networking with people, when you're sending messages and everything like that, when you're planning something, what matters in that moment? That you just keep going, and that you don't get into analysis paralysis, and that you start thinking about, oh, like, am I actually going to get this done? Am I actually going to get this like figured out? Don't stop thinking about that. All that you have to do is one day you come up with a simple plan to achieve your goals in such a way that you know, okay, if I take this action and this action and this action, I will achieve my goals, because mathematically, statistically, lawfully, like whatever you want to say, like these steps take me to where I want to go. Like, for example, if you want to build a business, what steps do I know for a fact are going to get me to where I can have a business? Well, it's creating content, it's networking, it's creating products and services, it's figuring out who it is that you want to help with your products and services. If you're doing actions that are taking you to those places to have those things accomplished, like you have the content accomplished every single week, you have the products accomplished every single week, you have the whatever, like there's actions by default that you know you're going to, if you do them, get the goals that you want to achieve. So the only thing that matters is that you actually just achieve those goals, and that's it. By just getting up and doing the work. Let me know what you think of this video. What are you building? What is it that you want to achieve and accomplish? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Link to my newsletter and my business is down below. I'll see you guys later.